Well, this I think might be an Avengers Let's Go moment. We had a massive update from The Hollywood Reporter on who is set to take up the reins of the upcoming film, and quite honestly guys, you might recognize these names. That's right, it's two guys, and it's exactly who you think. Now earlier today, The Hollywood Reporter actually dropped a new story, and it seems like Marvel is getting together the old gang. Apparently, Joe and Anthony Russo are going to be assembling the Avengers once again. Now, according to The Hollywood Reporter, the Russo brothers are currently in very early talks with Marvel Studios to not just direct one, but both of the upcoming Avengers movies. And if you know what they brought us last time, well, this was the edge during the Infinity Saga that made those Marvel movies great. The Russo brothers actually came on board during Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and in the beginning people were really concerned that these directors, who had never really done action, mostly comedy in Arrested Development and Community, well, could they handle a Captain America movie? And if you watch The Winter Soldier, quite honestly, about 3 minutes in when Cap boots that guy off the boat, you absolutely know we have the right guys. Now, they followed this up with Captain America: Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame, and these 4 movies are arguably in the top 5 Marvel movies ever. For many people, the Russo's projects top their list, so the fact that they could be coming back to pick up Avengers 5 and 6 is huge news. Now, as many of you know, Destin Daniel Cretton was already set to direct Avengers Kang Dynasty, but since then, all this drama has fallen on Marvel Studios, with Jonathan Majors being booted as Kang, having lots of problems with fans where the projects were simply not delivering, and Marvel trying to right the ship and get things back on the right track. Now, we've said on this channel for a really long time, a key element to getting back on the right track is getting the right guys making the movies, and there is nobody else like the Russos that can handle the Avengers. Avengers Infinity War and Endgame were a 1-2 punch that I believe has never been surpassed in the superhero genre, and is comparable to almost anything else cinematically, well, quite honestly, almost ever. Now, the idea that these guys would also take on Secret Wars, well, that blows my mind, because both Russo brothers are massive comic book fans, and they understand the importance of a project like this. This would put a whole slew of new characters potentially directly in their hands, and more interestingly, I think it would encourage some of those other Marvel heroes who may have retired or quote-unquote died, we know nobody actually dies in comics, to make some sort of return. Actually, earlier today, Scarlett Johansson said she had no hard feelings towards Marvel or Disney over the Black Widow box office, so more and more of these barriers are falling down, and the Russo brothers at the helm, well, it would only encourage all of these people to try to figure out how to return. Now, like we said, this is in the early stages, so it has yet to be fully solidified, signed, and delivered. But this, quite honestly, could be the absolute best Marvel news we've had in, well, years. Getting the Russo brothers back under the helm of Marvel Studios to do these 2 films, and according to reports, helping out with several others. But it sounds like to me, Kevin Feige is looking for his number one and number 2 guys, and the Russo brothers have consistently delivered, and Disney executives probably are pretty excited too, because they know how to bring people into the box office and make the studio a lot of money. Now, I expect some sort of confirmation on this story in the next couple of days, so make sure you stay tuned to the channel. We're going to hop on this story as soon as it happens. Like I said, this is so important, you might be able to tell I'm pretty excited about it, and the idea that we're going to get the Russo brothers back at Marvel to take over once again and bring us those stories, it is awesome news. I just can't wait to find out more.